What's good, bro? Did Ballerina keep you on your tippy toes?
It was very action packed. I'm giving you my best John Wick impersonation.
We also want to talk about the NBA Finals. But before we get to that, welcome to Say What's Real. I'm Nick.
I'm Lawrence.
As you see, I'm dressed up as John Wick. What you think about the movie?
This was a really good movie, actually. Very action packed. The story was very basic, but it was simple. I like the simplicity of the story. Was it a girl boss movie? Sure. But I did like how they basically said that she had to fight dirty to beat the men. She had to kick him in the ball. She had to do different things. So it wasn't just like, and she always had to use weapons. She had always had to use weapons. It wasn't just hand-to-hand combat, which I really enjoyed. They understood that she was 5 foot and 100 pounds of nothing, right? So I really thought that this girl boss movie did a great job of not just having her beat everyone's ass with her hands. She had to use weapons. She had to use grenades. She had to use flamethrowers. So I have to say, like, this right here to me was popcorn worthy. It wasn't real gold, but it was definitely popcorn worthy. And obviously, with John Wick being into the movie, I think that helped it a little bit. They also showed, finally, that a woman doesn't always have to beat the man. They made John Wick still look strong in his saga. What'd you think?
So it's gonna be a shock to you. But I could do without this movie. like
Oh,
I like, bro. I had zero expectations, and I go into it, and the action is good. I enjoy the action.
yeah.
If you look at it from an action point, yes, good action. But as you said, the story was basic,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I'm watching it, and I was just getting so annoyed because I was like, "Damn, she was training for 12 years and she's still ass." Like, it wasn't like I'm thinking Ballerina, she's gonna be the shit. She gonna be raw. She gonna be coming out hot. Like, and I get on her first mission, yeah, she's gonna stumble. She was getting her ass whooped, but throughout the whole movie, she was weak. I was like, bro, I get it. You use, whatever tactics you can use, kick him in the balls, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm like, damn, you the main character. Do something. Like, do something where you whooping some ass. But I digress. But I could have did without this movie. And then John Wick comes in, which I was hype about, and it was just not even close. Like, she had no chance, which is good. It's cool. But I was just like, damn, it's okay. She using the flamethrower. That was kind of corny to me sometimes. It was like they overdid it. I could have did without this movie, bro. Like, it could have went straight to streaming. As you say, it could have went to streaming, bro. I was not impressed. It was there. Like, the action was great, but other than that, all right. Like, I could have, okay. And I always like movies. It's like, oh, Nick likes movies, but this one,
Now, I will say this movie was John Wick light in the sense of I feel like the action was there. Some of the action might have been better than some of the John Wick stuff with the grenades and blowing up the bodies. I mean, that was some good stuff. But what I'll say with the John Wick light is it just didn't live up to like John Wick's expectation. Like, this wouldn't be better than any of the John Wick films
exactly.
whatsoever. But I did think it did a good job with the way the main character, she's a woman. She's gonna be weak. And I'm okay with that because they're finally doing it the right way. How many times have you or I have got annoyed with these women just destroying these dudes? No problem. Sure, she went through training, but everyone she went against also went through training. And she was going against this group called the Cult. So like everyone, and they don't have no rules in the Cult. They just kill to kill. So like I enjoyed that she struggled, that she got caught up a lot of times because she had never been out on the field. So I was like, okay, finally a movie where the woman actually has to fight and crawl and like, yes, against John Wick, thank God, because John Wick has all these years of training. John Wick beats her ass, well, could have killed her or whatever. But I just enjoyed how finally there was some adversity for the woman, and it wasn't just like I'm the woman, I get to beat your ass type of shit.
I think it's my fault because I don't watch movie trailers, so I didn't know what to expect. So I'm thinking, oh, Ballerina from the makers of John Wick, oh, she about to be like John Wick. She about to be smoking shit. So I guess that was a misconception. I was like, oh, I'm expecting her to like come in this bitch and go crazy. Like that's what I'm thinking. And I was like, wow, she's typical. I mean, she's a girl, but she trains as an assassin, but she's not gonna be smoking these dudes. Which I'm like, all right, we've seen plenty of shows where she can at least be a problem to everybody else.
I thought you would enjoy that she actually was struggling. I thought you would actually enjoy that.
The part that was pissing me off, all the fights, bro, all the fights, she ain't had one scratch on her face, bro. It was towards the end where she got one little small little cut on the side. I was like, what the fuck? She's been thrown through shit. She's been getting kicked. It was like she left many fights.
That was a part where...
Man, get that fuck... Bro.
We didn't even get to see that, though. That pissed me off.
That's what I'm saying.
I know that always pisses you off when you get to see a fight scene where there was all this carnage and damage and we didn't see not one part.
Bro, she was getting punched in the face, kicked. I'm like, bro, she was getting slammed. She left some fights looking unscathed. I was like, what the fuck? That was annoying to me, bro. I was like, what are we doing?
She was
like,
definitely taking a lot of damage.
Yes. And there was no signs of it, except to the end, they put a little blood on her face. And it was just like, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they showed the shit coming out her shoulder, but it's cool.
Two of my negatives of the movie. My first negative, the sister. When she met her sister. Oh, this is my sister. The sister doesn't kill her or whatever. She wants to, oh, I've been missing you. And then literally 2 seconds later, the sister dies. I was like, this is terrible. Like, there was no, like, build up. It was just like, oh, she's dead. And then the other one was the villain, the guy who was the head of the cult. He had no character development. And then at the end of the movie, he's just talking to her like, you can't beat this, you can't do that. And she just shoots him right in the head. Yeah, he didn't try to kill her, shoot her, nothing. He has no type of like usually when it comes down to the main villain, they have some type of hand-to-hand combat. They can fight of some sort. We saw nothing. He just talked and she shot him in the head. And that was it. And I was like, this was just too easy.
But think about how long they took on the flamethrower scene, bro. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad at some of the ridiculous shit that they was doing with the flames because like she was jumping through the flames at one part.
Not what she was going through, but he had fire on his foot. She had fire on her jacket.
Yeah,
and it was like, and they just kept. It wasn't like she tried to get the jacket off. She just kept it on. It was kind of weird.
But I was cool with it because it was kind of raw. Like,
it was raw.
He gonna kick her with this shit. I was like, all right, that's. Yeah. Like I said, I don't have a problem with the action. The action is good.
Very action packed.
Weak ass storyline and I just thought it was like, all right, I'm watching the movie, but I wasn't blown away. It wasn't like, oh shit, this shit raw. Like, it was cool. And my negative, it kicks off with the dad. That was good. But then it gets to her storyline. It's like the ballerina, her friend, she gets, like, she gone. No problem. Out of the show. I mean, out of the movie, which is fine. And then at the very end, she's watching her, at a performance. But I'm like, she made it like it was such a big deal, like about her, and they was in assassin school. Why was she? It just felt like her character was pointless. Like they made a big deal of it. I
thought they killed her too.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, she's at the end, and I thought they would use her as like a hostage or like make it such a bigger storyline, but it's just like, she just wasn't ready for this life.
You know what I would have liked? Dancing. It would have been really good. Remember at the end of her training, the girls they had to put the guns together and then boom. I thought it would have been good
if it had been her.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
Then it'd been, could you kill your friend? Do you care so much about?
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Because no one, think about this. Nobody leaves willingly. Like nobody just walks out the door. You're gonna die.
Yeah.
How can the friend? Oh, she's not good enough, and she's out of there, and she's dancing at the end. Yeah. That's why I was like, all right, like, okay. I was fine with the little girl. I think Ellie. I was fine with that story. It was like, okay, because she saw it as herself. So I was like, all right, that's cool. obviously the Continental, that was cool. It was nostalgic, you know, get to see it.
There was one thing about the Continental, not at that Continental, but the Continental where she went to go see the Daniel guy with the kid.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, in the Continental, you're not supposed to kill nobody inside the Continental.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do anything. I don't know. I just didn't like it when she snitched on the other two, and then they killed the other two and she lived. And it was like, you have to check out. I'm like, okay, so I snitched and I get away with this. All right, cool. Like it was corny. It was weird how that went down.
Exactly. I just think Ballerina, it was a spinoff.
Yeah.
But they could have just kept this away. Like they could have just put this on TV or some shit. I don't think, like, bro, you advertise it with John Wick. You show John Wick in the previews. I'm thinking, oh shit, it's gonna be like a big epic showdown between those two. And it was literally, what, 30 seconds?
Yeah, like a
and
minute.
she realized like she ain't got no chance. And then he's helping her at the end. It's like,
yeah, take it out.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
the flamethrower dude had him, and
That's why I feel like I was like, she couldn't even beat the flamethrower dude by herself. I was like, I get it. It's like she wasn't supposed to be stronger than dudes and all that, but she struggled the whole movie. I was like, God damn, dog. Like, if this is a John Wick movie, John Wick was knocking him off, bro. Right? Yes. He was cleaning house. She wasn't cleaning house. So I was like, what are we doing? Like, is she just like a normal assassin and she's just supposed to go protect this little girl and then she go get revenge for her father and then that's it? Or is she gonna carry on? So, for instance, if she does all this and she moves forward and we see her in future stuff, I'm expecting her to be raw. But is this just like a side story and she's done?
Well, as you see at the end of the movie, they put, $5 million on her head? So,
yeah.
Obviously, I think, like, at least I would assume that they probably want to do a team-up movie with Wick and her at some point to make some more bread, which, once again, would I watch it? Sure, yes. Well, because I know the action's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, this action was amazing for the most part. Like, that car crash scene was really good to see.
Oh, yeah, when she's driving out. And
that was beautiful.
That was the start of my frustration with her not having a scratch on her face. I was like, all right. She, okay, pretty girl, but goddamn, she's fighting. John Wick used to get fucked up, bro. Like,
he did.
He got fucked up. She was like, for the majority of the movie, still pretty face. It's like, all right. Okay.
I assume they probably want to have a team up between the two, make some more money. I did enjoy the movie, but it's really just the action I enjoyed. So I understood what you're saying with the streaming. The action was really good. Better than I thought it was going to be, honestly. Because once again, it's John Wick. These have been, for like, the last 15 years, some of the best action movies have been the John Wick series. So.
And you think this has better action than the other ones?
There were some parts where the action was pretty good.
Ooh, I don't know, because the one where he was
I mean, I don't think it's better than all four. Like, you could find parts in all four.
Okay.
But like, as an overall movie, I mean, the grenades blowing up people. I know you said Flavor was kind of corny, but it was cool to see. Like, there was some really cool spots in the movie where it was like, okay, this is pretty cool. Like, for the action, the action was really good. I'm gonna say the story might be the weakest of all of the stories so far, which I expected as a spinoff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, for me, I just came for the action. I knew the story wasn't gonna be that great.
I thought it was gonna be overall a good movie. It's like, if it's just action, it's cool. All right, that's streaming. If you give us a little bit more, you give us a better story, it goes up to popcorn worthy to me, and it goes to theater worthy. So that's where I would sit at it. We haven't dropped our new ratings yet, but you want to put a number on it?
I go 7 out of 10.
7. I gave it a 6.5.
Yeah.
I was like, and I didn't look at any reviews nowhere. So it's literally, I don't know what nobody thinks. I didn't go to Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know. Shit, I could be tripping and everybody think this shit fire. But for me, it was like straight.
I would say it's objective. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you looking for in this movie?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, when it comes to John Wick movies, I'm always expecting just really good action. As long as I get really good action, you're probably going to get at least a 7. If the story's really good, I can bump even more.
Yeah.
Like I said, the action in this movie was good. I like the adversity they put her through. It wasn't one of those girl boss movies to me where she just dominates everybody. She had to go through adversity. I enjoyed that. That she had to fight dirty, had to hit the balls, that she had to use tons of ammunition to actually beat people. She just couldn't use hand-to-hand combat, which was great to see. I get so annoyed seeing a 5'0" beat up a 6'5" dude. So it's good to see that she had to use swords and guns and grenades, flamethrowers. It was like, just nice to see her have to really fight, claw, and use whatever it was to survive.
Yeah, facts. I had one more thing, but I ain't gonna keep jumping on it. Go see this movie if you have time to spare. If not, just wait on streaming. So, NBA Finals. You know, call game 1. Feeling good about it.
Mm-hmm.
We both said 6. I said 5.
I had 5. You had 6.
Okay. What you think so far?
So I really think the Thunder are the way better team. They should have won game 1. But that's what the Pacers do. So I'm not going to sit here and say that the Thunder choked. This is what the NBA Pacers do. They come back. They're the comeback kids. They've done it all playoffs. The Thunder did not choke the series away or choke the game away. This was the Pacers coming back. But I do think, after watching game 1 and game 2 now, it's pretty obvious they cannot stop SGA at all. And the Thunder really can do whatever they want. And my X factor, I'm going to point it out, Alex Caruso, the Caruso,
Absolutely.
had 20 points last game, had 4 threes. Game 1, he had a lot of steals, had a couple blocks. I think he's been one of the big X factors for the Thunder. Put up 20 points in game 2. That's way more than his average. I just think the Thunder are the way better team. I think the Pacers definitely have a shot right now because it's 1-1. So if they go back home and take care of business, then they can win this series. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think the Thunder aren't going to play with these boys no more. And I think that this series is definitely over.
Listen, I have a bad feeling it's about to get spooky. Like, I dead ass think, I think that first game, like I said, Thunder was like, man, we'll take care of it.
Yeah.
And then they let them boys come back. In the second game, they made sure, like, hey, we up 15, but we're going to keep stepping on their gas. And that's what I called. I think it's about to get bad. I think even in Indiana, they about to come out blazing. Because the problem is, as you pointed it out, SGA is unstoppable. Like, I'm like, I thought Naismith or Nembhard would be able to slow him down. They clearly can't. Like 35, he's getting 35, no problem.
And if
no
they put
problem.
a double, he's just gonna pass it out.
Yes, bro. And so I'm like, okay, if this is the formula, if SGA is giving you 35, it comes back to what I said in the Knicks series. I said Brunson's gonna give you a steady 30. Who on the Pacers is gonna even that out? And Pascal was the one to even it out. That's why they were able to best the Knicks. They I don't know what the fuck going on versus Thunder. I think Caruso is strapping up Spicy P, and I was like, damn, bro, Caruso, X Factor, like you said, killing that shit. But what is Naismith doing? What is Halliburton doing? Halliburton, you're the leader. If you want a chance, he got to average 25. For them to have a chance, he got to average 25. Spicy P got to average 26. They both.
They gotta have that bench step up like he did
Bro.
against the Knicks.
Thunder about it. And then Jalen Williams hasn't even got his feet under him yet.
Yeah, he's played pretty bad.
Yeah,
so far.
once he gets locked and loaded, it's over with. So
He's getting to the free throw line still. He
yeah,
hasn't shot the ball particularly well, but he's still getting to the free throw line. So he's still getting between 15 and 20 points. So it's, he's still producing. And what, like you said, what happens when he has a good shooting game?
bro. So it's a nice story. The Pacers, it was a great story. Pacers get to the finals. Oh, it's a good time. They haven't been there, and da-da-da-da-da. And Halliburton, he's a superstar now. But I think SGA is showing them, and I think the Thunder is showing them, like, we played with y'all the first game, but now We on y'all heads. Y'all better come out hot at home because we about to destroy. I think it's going to be maybe, see, the spread is 5. I think Thunder going to win by maybe 6 or 7 or 8.
I'm going to say it now. If the Pacers don't win this game tonight, we shoot on Wednesdays. If they don't win tonight, the series is going 5 games.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, in the last 2 series against the Timberwolves and the Nuggets for the Thunder, they have lost. They lost by 42 points.
Game 3. In
Game 3 to the Timberwolves. So this is the Pacers' chance. The Pacers have a shot here. But if they lose Game 3, they're not winning Game 4. And in Game 5, the Thunder are going to go ahead, put these boys to sleep.
And that's the only caveat I have. They've had abysmal Game 3s. Like, their Game 3s have been bad.
Mm-hmm.
But Pacers haven't shown us that they can even match their output. So what if they don't have a bad Game 3? Like, what's going to happen? So that's the only one where I'm like, man, I don't think the Pacers have a chance because SJ, it's not like he going to wake up today, be like, it's Game 3. Let me get destroyed today. He's still going to drop 35, right?
Yeah, he'll drop 35. It's going to come to the supporting cast. And I just feel like the supporting cast, for some reason, I just feel like they're gonna be locked and loaded today.
Yeah.
It would not shock me if it's a close game. It would not shock me if I would probably, if I had to take the spread, I might take the Pacers. Just based off of history alone, that the Thunder might play down in the competition in Game 3.
Mm-hmm.
I might take that spread of 5 because I can see the Thunder winning this game at the end with like free throw line where it's around 3, 4, 5 points, somewhere in that range. If the Pacers win to me, this is a blowout. I don't think it's like a close game. I think they just blow out the Thunder. Them? If the Thunder win, which I assume that's going to happen here, it's going to be a closer game because they're on the road. But I think they pull it out. I think kind of how like the Pacers pulled out a lot of games against the Knicks in New York in Madison Square Garden. It'll be like that, where that second game where it was close, like it was close games. But at the end of the day, the better team won. I think that's what we're going to get here from the Thunder. I think they win this game by like 3, 4 points. It'll be close.
It makes me nervous, but Chet Holmgren and Hartenstein, if they show up, I don't think it's close. Because you remember, the Pacers, they were able to come back because they were able to get all those offensive rebounds.
Yes.
If Chet and Hartenstein show up and they getting rebounds, it won't be close. That's why I wouldn't say it'd be a close game if the Thunder win, because I think if the Thunder win, it'd be like a heart-snatching moment.
Well, the Pacers gotta shoot the 3 well. I think they have to make between 15 and 23s. They gotta be shooting around probably 40% from 3. That's really what's had them, in the playoffs has really saved them, is that they've been able to shoot the ball very well. That's what's really saved them. Their defense has never been well. That's why they still get up 120 points a game. But they've been able to shoot the lights out, and they haven't really yet shot the lights out in this series yet. They haven't had that game where everyone's hitting threes.
They haven't. That could be tonight, but we'll see. Would you say the Pacers are better than the Nuggets?
That's the scary part to me because I do not think so. I think the Nuggets are better. And the reason I'm saying that is because I don't see the series going 7 games. The Nuggets to the Thunder 7 games, and the Pacers don't have anyone, not even close, that's on Nikola Jokic's level. No one is even close. And that Nuggets team wasn't even healthy. Remember,
exactly.
Michael Porter Jr. was a little banged up, and don't forget about Aaron Gordon was a little banged up at the end, Game 7. He still came out there and did what he could, but he wasn't Aaron Gordon.
Timberwolves?
I think the Pacers are better than the Timberwolves.
Okay.
Just based off this series alone, you can kind of see that.
All right. So they have a chance, but it could still end at 5. The only small thing I want to mention that I saw or read, I don't think it's a big deal, but Halliburton was limping a little bit, and he said he had something going on with his lower body.
If he isn't healthy, this is definitely, like you said, spooky.
It's something, like when he said that in the interview, I was like, that's weird, because most NBA players, they just tuck that shit till they lose, and they be like, I tore, twist, or whatever the fuck. Like, so when he said that, and they haven't said he has an injury or nothing like that, but for him to say that, and the sports person, they was asking, hey, we saw you limping, and he was like, yeah, I got a little something going on. So I was like, oh shit. So if he ain't healthy, don't take his points. If you betting, don't take the 17.5. Don't do that.
I wouldn't take anything if he ain't healthy.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know if it's a big story, but I'm keeping my ears to the street on that one. I'm like, all right, let's hear what's going around, because you know what Bron said. Oh yeah, I tore my meniscus, or he did something. And I was like,
I really do hate that after the series
what I'm saying,
people come
bro.
out with stuff. I do not like that.
Especially when they lose.
Yeah, yeah. Like it was kind of crazy, like how they do that. I really don't like that. You know what I mean? Like after the series, oh I had this, oh I had that. Like I've always said, no team and no player is 100% healthy in the playoffs. You played already 82 games. You got all these playoff games too. So like the Thunder have played over 100 games. The Pacers played over 100 games this season. No one is 100% healthy. You got to fight through it. This is the NBA Finals. This is the biggest moment. Your legacy is on the line. You need to show up.
That's why I think it's intriguing. Tonight is the one. The winner of Game 3 is gonna win the series, right? If the Pacers were to win,
I would still take the Thunder.
you still would take the Thunder?
Yes, and the only reason I'll take the Thunder is because I really think there's no way the Pacers go up 3-1. And because of that reason, I think the Thunder would win Game 4. They'll go back home and win Game 5. And to be honest with you, then if they do that, they have the home court advantage going there. They'd be up 3-2. I just don't think, to me, because it's the Thunder, I do not see that happening. And the Pacers, this is the first time. So the Pacers have not been down yet in a series in the playoffs. Have you done that?
Oh, damn, you're right.
So they haven't had any type of adversity. Like no one has put their foot on the gas on them yet. So if the Thunder win this game, it could be a psychological edge for them.
I agree. Let us know in the comments below what you think about Game 3, or obviously you probably already watched it, but let us know what you think about the series in total.
And I know a lot of y'all have been saying in the comment section on TikTok that y'all picking the Pacers and we don't know what we're talking about, and I got people even wanting to bet. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what y'all watching, but the Pacers got lucky Game 1. They did what they did, and they came back. That was still lucky. They won by 1 point. Let's not act like they blew out the Thunder. Let's not act like, you understand, for them to win this series, every game's going to be close like that. They're not going to sit here and blow the Thunder out.
For them to win this series, they got to drop a buck 15, 20 every game. Every game. You can't come out sleeping.
On the best team in basketball, 68 win. They had the best record. So they're the best team. And I don't understand. Y'all really, I can't believe these comments I be seeing. Like, Pacers a better team, Pacers in 6. I'm like, all right. In the comments, like he said, I want to know who you got again. And if y'all serious, put some more bread on it. I'm ready to bet all y'all.
And that say was real.
Like, comment, subscribe for more content.